welcome to Stitches and Jacks. You are so welcome to come and join me. Little bit of podcast admin. You can find me on obviously YouTube, Ravelry and Instagram at Stitches and Jacks, and you can send me an email at stitchesandjacks@gmail.com. There we are, all that's over. I always feel so awkward saying that. I should be used to it by now. So yes, that's over and done with. It is Monday the 23rd of August. It's my eldest daughter's birthday tomorrow, the 24th, so I should remember. So yes, welcome. Come on in, sit on the couch and come and share some company with me. I'd just like to say thank you. Thank you for coming and joining me, for everybody that has been here since the beginning. And it is actually a whole year since I started. So I think it was about the 17th of August that I put up my first podcast. And I think I've come a long way in this last year. And I believe now that I am capable of putting a podcast together. My editing is so much better than when I first started. I think it's podcast 3, episode 3, that there was an issue with, I think, lighting and sound, but I think I'm doing okay. So what have I got for you today? I have 2 finished objects. I have a hoe and I have some sock talk, a test knit that I have been pleased to be doing, and what else? I've got my notes down here, so I'm just trying to have a look, and I've not got my glasses on. I've got some whips, one knitting whip, and then a couple of what I would call long-term whips. But I've been doing some reflecting, and if I want to finish them or make some progress, I actually need to work on them, because otherwise they'll just stay the same. Let's have a look. What else? Oh, I've got a couple of future projects that I'd like to share with you, and a couple of podcast recommendations. Let's have a look. Yes, so that's where we are today. So hopefully that will be jam-packed episode today. Oh, and some acquisitions. That's what I was thinking about, acquisitions. Right, let's get started. Last time I saw you, I think I'd gone crazy and cast on 3 shawls. So I finished 2 of the shawls, and the third one, if I'm honest, I haven't touched for about a week. I've been working on a secret project. It's for my daughter. She knows that I'm working on a secret project now, but I'm not going to tell her what it is, or you. So you have to wait. You have to come back another time. So yes, I'm in a pickle with the last part of the project, and I think it is myself and my interpretation of the pattern. Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm going to finish this, I'm going to do it, don't really care if I'm making a mistake, if I'm dropping a stitch, I'm going to take it back, whatever. Oh, so I got myself in a right tiz. So I put it to one side, and I think that was Saturday. I put it to one side. So I had yesterday off and I've had today off, and I do feel a bit calmer about it. So I will pick that up again, and I think once I have this pattern interpretation, the rest of it should be easy. We will see. Forgive me if you can hear the dogs. My husband's outside painting the house, so the dogs are a bit of a loose end. I've shut them outside in the hall rather than them trample all over the couch, because I've just cleaned that today. So hopefully I won't be too noisy. So I digress. You're not here to talk about my dogs and find out what they're doing. So shall I show you? I was working on the Peas Blossom Shawl, and I think I had till the 8th of August to finish it, which I did do. And this is just so beautiful. Oh, do you know what? I've just sewn the ending this morning, and I couldn't understand why I only had one end. That's because the other end is there. But please forgive me. Please forgive me. It is finished. Ta-da! Look at that. Oh, I've got to get it all in. Da-da-da-da. Oh, look at this. Isn't it glorious? Oh, you've seen this bit. I can't see what I'm showing you now, so hopefully this is showing up okay. Oh. And that is all out of one skein of yarn, and this is part of the Christmas in July. I just sort of took apart. So I think I showed you the pattern. My copy picture isn't very good. I think my colouring is running out. I don't often, I don't print off in colour, only if I'm going to show something on the podcast. That's the pattern. Beautiful. And the shawl is called the Peas Blossom, and it's by Penny Baker. Really, really lovely pattern, and it's charted and written. I'm going to write on the back what the price is, but I'm pretty sure that it's under £5. This is how much yarn I have left. Let me just see, because I put it in my book. I updated my project book. I've got 14.05 grams left, and the yarn that I used was from Little Lycac yarn, and her yarn, oh, it is just beautiful, and it was from the Midsummer Night's Dream range, the Shakespeare collection. So that's the label there. So beautiful, beautiful. And I would certainly use that again. And I think this would be an excellent project. You know, that one skein of yarn, that very one skein that we have in our stash, that is so special we can't use it. But this is going to be a birthday present for my friend. So it is just stunning, just stunning. I love everything about it. One of the details that I really love is the seed stitch that's at the top, if you can see that, and then it's further down, and I just love that break, yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I was looking back at my projects, over this last year, and I think I'm becoming a bit of a laceaholic, if there's such a thing. But it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, pattern's really well written, beautiful design, and the yarn is just so delicious. It's so soft and squishy. Look at that. Yeah, it's beautiful. So that's going to go in my beautiful bits. Right, let me just take a drink. And it is only water. It is only water. My second project that I wanted to share with you that I finished is the Spindrift shawl. Forgive me, I've lost my pattern notes already. What am I like? I didn't know. That'll be my project bag. Yeah, it's going to be one of those podcasts. At least I remembered what day it was today and the date, so that's pretty good. So this is a new to me pattern. I'm aware that it has been around a long time. I say a long time, I think it might have been 2017. And this was my entry for hashtag YACJ2021. So that's like a Christmas in July, which I finished this. And I think when I saw you last, I was supposed to be working on this, but I did actually get up the next day. I think I was, and I just finished this. Look at that. Look at those picots. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Look at that yarn. Oh, the yarn that I chose for this was Ted Knits, and it was the Wisteria, and I think I bought this the end of May this year, and it was just so beautiful. I had to cast something on straight away, and I found the perfect project. So this is Ted's label. So it was a Wisteria sock set. So again, fabulous. Oh, and I've done exactly the same. I've sewn my one end, but the one end that I couldn't find is on top. Oh my word. Oh my word. But beautiful, beautiful. I think this is for me because I don't think I can bear to part with it. It is just, yeah, just lovely. An absolute joy. It's dead simple to knit, and I think that would make an ideal present for somebody, or that one special skein of yarn. And did I weigh this? Where's a piece? That's what I had left out of the ball. So I don't know how much more, whether I would have got one extra row, 2 extra rows out of it. So that's a Spindrift shawl, and I've got 17.55 grams left out of 100 gram skein. So that will go with my beautiful bits. So that's those 2 projects. So there they are, my whips for today. They are my whips for today. And my hoe today is a sock. So it's half a pair. And my hoe today is a sock. So it's half a pair. The hoe that I'd like to share. I started this in March this year, and it literally is something that I just pick up when I've been on Zoom, and it's a vanilla sock, and it's for a gentleman, and it's going to go to the Queen's, is it the Queen Court Hospice or the Flower Power Fund? I have to look back at my notes, but so this will be a sock for a gentleman. So it's a 1x1 twisted rib. So I've knitted this on DPNs. I haven't blocked it. I've got a heel, flap and gusset heel, and this is probably for about a size 8 foot. So I've Kitchener stitched it, and I think I showed you that I've been busy driving around the family suite and using like cereal packets. So this is the size. This is a size 8. Yes. So that fits, and I've used the Rico sock yarn, and that's the information on the ball band, and that was like an odd sock. I think I have it in pink as well, so I aim to knit a pair for a lady. As I say, just when I've been on Zoom or some meetings, so that's taken me a little while to do, but I haven't religiously knitted on them every time I've been on a Zoom call. So that's my hoe. Whips. The main whip that I have on the needle is my Humblebee shawl. So there's a picture there. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's got these beautiful details. These little bumblebees go all the way up the shawl, and just above them is a little flower, and then it just goes into garter stitch. It's got a central spine on the shawl, and then it's just a question of decreasing. This is part of the Across the Pond shawl cowl that is being run by the lovely Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit and the lovely Fernanda at Little Monkeys and me. I'll put these details below. So, and it's to knit a shawl. I think it started the 1st of July and it finishes on the 30th of September. So still plenty of time to knit a shawl. So I cast mine on, I've started, and then I've kind of got waylaid by this secret project. But I'll be picking this up again. So I'll show you my progress so far. Oh, and the yarn that I'm using is out of my stash, which is great. And it's a blue-faced Leicester, and it's a colourway mauve. So this is how far I've got. I'm not sure whether I put a progress keeper in last time I showed you. No, I haven't. I think I was just past the bees. So you can see this. I'll pull this out. So I have completed the bees, I've completed the flowers, and now I'm just on the easy stretch on the garter stitch. Look how beautiful this is though. It's all a bit crumpled up because it's been in my crate, but it'll straighten up, once it's been blocked. But it is, stunning, absolutely stunning. I love everything about it. I say I love every project that I work on. It really is a joy to knit, and the garter stitch is just lovely, just lovely. So I am knitting these on circular needles, and these are the Symphony. Yeah, Symphony. So once I've finished this secret project, I will pick this up again and I'll get that knitted as quick as anything, because it is just such a joy and so nice to knit with double knitting. When I was doing all my baby knits, I used to use double knitting all the time, and 4-ply seemed to be so fine for me, and now it's the other way round. So that is beautiful. That is beautiful. I absolutely love that. So I've pulled out 2 other, they're whips, but what I would call long-term whips. But if I don't work on them, they're not going to be whips. Sorry, they're not going to be finished projects, are they? So the first one that I wanted to show you is crochet. This was I think I went a bit mad really, in the sense of, when we were allowed to start to go out and go to places, I thought, oh, I'll cast on a blanket and I'll do a corner to corner crochet blanket. So, which I've started, but I'm still on the first ball because I haven't really been going anywhere. So, like the picking up from school, waiting in the car, those kind of things, going to football, sporting events, just sitting there. So I think, let me just untangle this. So this is my corner to corner blanket, and I think we've got one this side. No. Let's just show you. I should practice this, shouldn't I? Rather than have my stitches. So I think when I showed you, I think I was probably here. And obviously I'm up to here now. So that's, it's a fair size. So I would say this is an Aran. My daughter took me to one of these places. I didn't know what I was buying, apart from the fact that it was I think a couple of pounds per ball. So I bought, oh crumbs, my glasses are filthy. It's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. I need to pull myself together, get myself organised. Can't come on here with dirty glasses. I wonder I can't see. These are ready for reading, sort of knitting, anything like close work, sewing. I'm just on the computer, but yeah. Right, is that it? My face wonky? I've got no lipstick on either. So yeah, so that's as far as I've got. I haven't really done very much on that. There's no hurry, but obviously I'd like it for the winter, so that's how much I've got. That's my first ball. So this is 80%, I suppose 80% acrylic and 20% wool, and it's a like a chain, I would say, but it is so soft. Oh my big Jack Russell hair there. So that's what I'm using. I've got 3 more balls of this, so what I'll do is I will use this as far as I can, you know, complete as many rows as I can. On the last row I will then pull it back so that I know that I've got enough yarn on the next 2 balls, and then there should be enough to make like a tassel, a couple of tassels to put on that. So my thought is on this, what am I going to do then? If I'm not really going out, I'm not going to be putting any work in. Still really only going out to the supermarket and see my grandsons. So from the 1st of September, and you hear it here, hear it here. So I'm going to hold myself, or you're going to hold me, to account that I'm going to do a row a day. Because my logic is, if I do a row a day, I'll have 30 rows on this in a month. And once I get to halfway, and this is the madness of my thinking, if I get halfway and I finish that, I've got 2 balls left, it's going to be quicker because I'm decreasing. It's still going to take the same length of time, but that's what I like to think. But yeah, so I'm thinking that I will do this in September, and this is going to go in the kitchen, and hopefully that'll be ready for the winter. So watch this space. I think I've reached a point where I know definitely I have too many projects on the needles now. Beforehand I was like, oh, I can only have like 2 or 3 or 4 and that's it. And I kind of fallen down a rabbit hole, but I've got to pull myself back and talk to myself, and yeah, that's what I'll say to myself. We'll see how many other projects I cast on. But are you like that? Is it all feast or famine? You've got loads of things on and then you go through a period where everything's coming off your needles? Are you more controlled than I seem to be at the moment? Let me know. Comment down below and let me know what your strategy is. Then my second long-term whip, and I know this is going to be even longer, is my Cozy Memories blanket. Oops. Which is living in my beautiful Wovenology basket that my husband bought me for plastic bag for my birthday earlier in the year. Yeah, I'll show you. I think I showed you, and I haven't worked on it since. So my blanket is going to go always. It's going to go out this way, that way, that. It's going to go out. Let me take my time. I'll fold it over first of all. So I've decided that my blanket is going to go that way, that way, that way, and that way. I think it might still be a rectangular blanket, but that's the way I want my stripes to go. So I've put all my lovely yarns in from my projects, and on the whole I'm really happy with it, apart from, let me fold it again. That colour and this. They're all 4 different yarns, but to my eye I just keep looking at that and that. And I think it's because I'm a quilter and my eye is drawn because I'm predominantly making mine square in the central. This isn't going to shift. It's going to stay there. The eye is going to be able to see this. I've had it out and I've looked at it and I put it away. And, it's been in timeout and whatever, and I've looked at it again. And like anything that's new, sometimes it takes you a little while to get off the marker, or for me certainly it does. So I'm going to undo it. Showed it to my daughter. She's like, no mum, it's lovely, it's lovely. And I'm like, I put it away, and I got it out the other day. I kept looking at it, I thought, there's a reason that I haven't touched it. And what is the reason? The reason is because I really don't like it. I love it. I love the concept of blanket. I love that I have all these different yarns, from my projects, and I love them. Absolutely love them. I can look at these and think they were the socks I knitted for my daughter. They are a pair of socks that I knitted for myself. These are the Strictly socks. Strictly's coming back soon. So these are my Strictly socks. These are my is it Kiriko shawl that I made with no, I can't think. No, I can't think of the designer. She's fabulous. But I keep coming back to this bit. And I know they're odds and ends, but they're beautiful. They are lovely. And the whole concept is that you have something you can treasure. And I'd be like, I have to put a cushion over this. So watch this space. I'm going to undo it and we'll see where we go. And I have my Ziploc bags, which I recycle. So they'll be in there. And then I think I've undone, they're a ducky darling, excuse the rustling. Beautiful mini skein. So that is what I'm going to do, and it's my blanket. I can do what I want with it. So, okay. So sock talk. Rainbow Chronicles. I think it's lilac this month, or purple. Should have checked my notes, shouldn't I? That's bad. So I've been doing a test knit for the lovely Lauren at BlueFernYarns, and it is the fur cone socks. I think the pattern was released on Friday, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I have used one of Lauren's yarn, so it's BlueFernYarns. Is that because I've got my fingers in it? Is that? And then it's called Earl Grey. Oh my word, this yarn is absolutely gorgeous. And that is the first sock that I have knitted. So you have the fur cone pattern down. So you've got a one by one rib. This is for the right foot. So on the left foot, you'll have the pattern, and then a heel flap and gusset. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Pattern's really well written, really easy to follow. And Lauren's yarn is just beautiful. So I'm on the second sock, the left sock. Let me just fingers and thumbs. So there's the pattern for the left sock. So I'm just at the point where I'm going to do the heel. Is it called? It's called the heel, isn't it? The heel and flap and gusset. So I'm going to do the first part. But this yarn is just beautiful. Look at that stitch definition. Let me show you here. Can you see? Oh, are these called nibs? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that's the yarn. So lovely, really, really lovely. So I'm enjoying knitting on those. I've knitted a pair of socks before, test knitted for Lauren before, and they were the green socks that I did. Oh, let me look at my notebook and I will be able to tell you, hopefully. Snow Angels, see how far I am. Supposed to be a good reference guide, isn't it? Let's can. Yeah, 5 past. Oh. The ripple socks. I knitted those back in May, and I used the West Yorkshire spinners, the green, and they were lovely. So yeah, so that's coming along nicely. So they are my entry for the Rainbow Sock Chronicles. So the date is today, the 23rd. So turn the heel, and that's it. They'll be done. So I'll get those off the needles pretty quick. I wanted to give you some information though about BlueFernYarns. She wants to give something back, she said, to like her customers. So she's got a couple of hashtags, and I will put them at the bottom of the screen here. So it's hashtag bluefernyarnwip. So if you have a whip, you can put those on. So I think that's on Ravelry and Instagram. If you go and have a look on her website, she'll have all the details. And then there's another hashtag, and it's BlueFernYarns FOs, and she wants 50% of her yarn used, and then she's going to do a draw September, December and March and June, and it can be any fibre related objects that you could make, as long as you're using 50% or more of her yarn. And she said any finished object from the 1st of August onwards. So yes, go and have a look. She has got some beautiful colours, and I've used her yarn quite a few times for projects. So yeah, she is well worth going and having a look. So future projects. This is where I'm trying to talk to myself and saying, rein it in, don't get overexcited, it's not good for you. But I couldn't help myself because I've seen these patterns and they're beautiful. So the pattern I want to show you first of all, I can't pronounce the name, but it's by Laura at Penrose Knits, and it's her first pattern, and it's a first sock pattern, but it's colour work. I've printed it off in black and white, so I'll leave the link below. You go and have a look and you'll see them. I think she did them in like now see, I'm terrible, I just say brown, but they're not brown, they're like a chestnut. That's better, isn't it? A chestnut brown and a cream, and they're beautiful. So there they are, and that's the name. And she has a really lovely podcast, and she makes some beautiful projects. So yeah, pop over there and go and give her some love. So this is something I definitely want to have a go at. I would like to make some, but it's on my list, but I might not cast them on straight away. But I do absolutely love them. And obviously I wanted to support her with it being her first pattern, and they're so beautiful. So what was I going to show? Oh yes, I'll show. It's a new to me pattern, but it's an old pattern, and I hadn't written it down again either. I'm looking here because this is what I would like to make, and this is the Spectra by Stephen West, and that is absolutely beautiful. Look at that guy, look at his gorgeous smile. I don't know if this is appropriate to say. I was going to say attracted to smiles. I just really love to see people, when they're really smiling. Just check Mr. Jax is not around. Look at that. So I love that. And my friend Ruth from Ruth Loves to Knit, she knitted this earlier in the year. Her work is beautiful. And I was like, oh, I really like that. And I probably would never have made it. But I saw Ruth and I was like, oh yes, I really like that. So I bought the pattern. So it's been in my Ravelry, but I haven't got a variegated yarn like that is indie dyed. So I treated myself to something, only because I was on Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and this lovely, now I'm going to sound really old, I don't want it to be inappropriate, I'm quite happy being an old woman, so let me get the scaly yarn first. So I'll put the glasses on so I can read the label. So look at this. How gorgeous is that? Well, that is so out of my comfort zone. But I was watching Yorkshire Yarn Fest the end of, must be the end of July. And it's handmade by Joe, and it's called Northern Lights. He has got some fabulous yarn. And I think when he filmed this, he was 15. He's now 16, and I think he's going to go on to college and do his A-levels. He is one amazing, talented dyer. So yes. So this is he calls it that basic sock base, colourway Northern Lights. It's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 400 mils meterage, and the thickness is 4 ply, and it's 100 grams. Yeah, his yarn, and he's a crocheter. And what caught my eye was that he was working on, I think it's called the Zigzag Scarf by Sandra Paul from Cherry Heart, which I really like, but I'm not sure whether I could do it or not. Just need to believe, girl. You just need to believe. And look, yeah, he's written me a lovely message. So I bought it, and I just didn't know what to do. I thought, as he's just started off, I'll support him. I'll buy a skein, and I'll just see. I thought I could either perhaps find a use for it, or I would do a giveaway. Well, I found a use, so sorry guys, you're not getting it. So that's a shawl that I'm going to do, and I think that will look fabulous. But I'll need a secondary colour. So I either have the grey, which I'm not sure, what do you think? The grey to go with it. And this is Bird Street Yarns, they used to be called Mr. B, and it's their Shawl. So it's either that or, look at this, Bird Street Yarns Deep. That looks lovely. Or Ted Knits, and this is Inkwell. So what do you think? What should I use? Hello. I'm sorry if the light has changed because there's something wrong with my phone. I got so far in filming and it's just stopped. It ran out of charge, so also need to charge it. But at the same time, it won't let me get back into my phone. Says the woman who took the charging plug to my husband, and said it doesn't fit in any of our plug sockets. And then he showed me that you need to lift something up so you can get the third prong so you can actually put it to this the socket. Oh, there's no hope for me. What was I saying before, earlier in the podcast? Oh, I'm getting good at this technology business, this technology lark. Yeah, no, I'm not. So I sort of, I don't know, I've been faffing about for the last hour, 45 minutes. I'm on my husband's phone. So hopefully, yeah, this is definitely recording. And hopefully it's going to be okay. So I was going to talk to you about future projects. So there is one item that I would like to, oh, I have to move the tripod, sorry. Oh, I was way too close for comfort, sorry. Lucy from This Nanny Knits, and Andrea from my notes. Andrea from Fiberbound. Alexandra, beg your pardon, Alexandra. So I told you my memory's no good. Are running a make-along, and it's any anchors pattern on the Petite Knits website. And they were showing you they'd made making the tee with this kind of yoke. So I found this, which is a cardigan. So it's Petite Knits, and it's the Anchors cardigan, and that's the cardigan, and I just really love it. I wanted to do the that's in DK. I wanted to do the tee, and I was all set up until I realised that it was in 4-ply, and I'm trying so hard to be so good and use my stash. So let's have a rummage. I'll just get my crate. Oh. And this is why I wanted to use my stash, because I have all of this in my stash. And these are Adrifill, and it's an Italian wool, 100% wool, and I got these in a closing down sale. So I've got 500 grams, and I got them for £1 a ball. So I have this colour. I have this colour. Excuse the crinkling. And I have this colour. Now I bought these because they were obviously a bargain, and I thought, oh well, I'll put them away and I will knit the boys' jumpers. There's plenty in there, so that I can, obviously knit them in the future. But now I'm going through my stash, and I'm looking at it in different ways. So I don't know whether to knit it in that colour, which I really like, or knit it in this colour. Oh, right, bear with me, because the crinkling. I'm going to tear it just so I can get the ball out. Oh, whether to do that colour. So that's the label, and it is beautiful. So I'm definitely going to cast it on, and I'm definitely going to use one of these colours. The reason I'm hesitating over this, which I do really love, is because I am still, well, a bit of a story, so make sure you're comfortable. The dolly cardigan that I started, I did I'm using Rowan, a really beautiful deep green yarn, 4-ply yarns, merino yarn. So I did the rib now, and it's circular. Is it circular? Well, using circular needles, we're knitting it flat because it's a cardigan, because I'm not going to steek it. So I did the rib, that was fine. Went to do the short rows, and do you think I could get my head around it? No, I couldn't. So I've knitted it, undone it, knitted it, undone it, knitted it, undone it. And then I thought, right, okay, have a talking to yourself. I had to talk into my knitting, quite a stern word. And I said, right, this is the last attempt, otherwise you're not going to get knitted. So it must have listened to me. Because I sat down, I thought, what you need to do, instead of being stressed about it, is just put an afternoon to one side and just sit there and just knit. It takes you all afternoon, just get these short rows done. Well, I sat down, I don't know what was wrong with me before. I was obviously in like a silly phase, but I was able to do it. And I haven't brought it on to show you because that's as far as I've gone, because it's got a bit of colour work and I've bottled out. I'm bad. This is what I'm going to cast off, because it's no colour work. But I'm digressing. So that is dark, like it's like an emerald green. It's like a forest green. It's beautiful. So I'm thinking, right, okay. Well, I've got my Whitmore, which is like the navy, which I absolutely love. Then I've got my Bellissima cardigan, which is in like ruby red. I've got my Dolly, which is in green. So I shouldn't really go for that. So should I go for that? Yeah, look at all those colours. I think it's going to be that. I was about to say that I'm getting excited. I am getting excited. And the reason I'm getting excited, and I feel a bit silly and a bit guilty, is because it's nearly autumn in England. It's normal. It's nearly autumn. I don't do summer. I'm so fair and suffer with hay fever. Well, this is I've got older. My hay fever is so much more. It's not as severe as it used to be. It used to be terrible. And the old skin is getting a bit tougher. I was about to say my hair, but obviously that's out the bottle now. But I burn, and then I've got my hay fever, so I tend to stay inside. I'm not a sun worshipper. And I think that's why I find summer clothes so difficult. I'm fine with layers and autumn clothes, spring clothes, winter clothes. Yeah, fine. So yeah, I'm just digressing. Just stay. I'm going to use that. I think that'll be fab. So I need to do my swatch. But I do really love this. And plus, I think you can put boys in any colours really, boys or girls in any colours. But I think I don't know. That might be a step too far for them. I don't know. Yeah, that was a little peek into my stash. So that would be good to get that out of the way. I should odd to knit that up. So go over to Alexandra from Fibrebound. She lives in Adelaide in Australia. Her podcast is absolutely lovely. And I did watch her. I watched her first one. And then I think there are so many. It's so difficult. And I'm so grateful and so pleased and so just in awe of you that you would spend your time, with me and keep coming back regularly and that you subscribe to my channel. So thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, go over. If you don't know Alexandra from Fibrebound, go over and have a look at her channel and look at Lucy from This Nanny Knits. She's based in Hampshire in England, and they've decided to do this cowl together. So it finishes the 9th of October. So we've got 6-7 weeks, so we should be able to get something knitted in that time. So it's hashtag anchors obsessed cowl, and it finishes 9th of October. There's a Ravelry group plus Instagram. If you go over to their channels, you'll find all the details, but I'll link everything in the show notes so you can go find it. So that's that. Oh, I've done really well. I think I'm nearly there. And then I was going to, I'm looking over there because I've got something else to share with you. I'll come back. So acquisitions. I've been pretty good, I think. West Yorkshire Yarn Fest. Obviously bought that skein from, is it Jack? Handmade by Joe. So I bought that, and then I should have moved them, sorry. And then I bought some minis. I just fell in love with these, and I've never had anything from Skein and Stitch. And these are the Suffragette Mini Fade, and these are lovely. Really, look at all those colours. They're absolutely beautiful. And I've got a hankering, I'm obviously in shawl mode, but I've got a hankering to do a shawl that has got a few colours in it, and then the rest is like one colour. So it will perhaps be, I think, grey or cream And as soon as they showed these, I was like, oh my word, I just have to have those. They are just lovely. So I have those. So that is with a project in mind. And this was, well, just pure indulgence on my part. She showed them. I think it was a last set left. I thought I just need to have these. And these are by the Wool Shed. And again, I don't think I've had any of her yarn. And these are mini eggs. So she must have done something like this at Easter. Look at those, aren't they beautiful? But again, beautiful. So I have those. And then my kind of rule this year is that I've got to work through my stash as much as possible, and be accountable for any skeins of yarn that I buy. It should really be for a project, but there's no limit on mini skeins. Yeah, so any commercial yarn I can only buy for a project. So I just went to Black Sheep Wools. That's where I go for my commercial yarn, and they are in Warrington in the northwest of England, but they ship worldwide. So go onto their website. Their customer service is amazing, is really amazing. They stock a really good selection of commercial yarn. They have an absolutely fantastic Rowan department, like in the corner. It's beautiful, and they have lots of make-alongs. There's a Facebook group. Yeah, the staff are amazing. They're wonderful, and they have just started, or they're just starting their workshops. So I think it's from October. I was a bit late. I'm booked to go on an embroidery workshop, so that's in November. I'm looking forward to that. So I'm digressing. So Lucy at This Nanny Knits is working on a collaboration with one of her viewers, and it is, oh, where have I written it down? This is what happens when you turn the page on your notes. One of her viewers would like to knit 500 pairs of socks for the West Midlands Ambulance Service in the UK. We are very, very fortunate as a country to have what we call the National Health Service. So that means that you can go to the doctors, you can go to hospital, and all your health care is taken care of. You don't get the bill at the end, and we do have a fabulous service. Yes, we have waiting lists for things, but they are amazing, and they are truly, truly dedicated people. So because what we've been going through, this lady, a viewer of Lucy's, had wanted to do this. So Lucy's kind of got on board, and she's put a call out, and it's WMAS. I'll need to put the full title because I've not written it down. That's really bad, isn't it? So what you can do is you can either knit a pair of socks and send it to her. You can knit a tube, you know, if you don't like, you just want to do some knitting in front of the telly or whatever. And even if you've perhaps never knitted socks, you can knit them round, so you can do it that way, and that can be sent. And then somebody else will put the heel cuff and toes in, or you can donate some yarn, some sock yarn. So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to be on this because I'm on a bit of a sock kick at the moment, especially with the commercial yarn. So I'm hang on a minute, look at what you've got on your needles. Don't take too much on. So I'm going to send Lucy 2 balls, and I've already said that to her. So I've chosen these, and these are 2 balls from West Yorkshire Spinners. This one's Blue Lagoon. Oh, and this one hasn't got a name. It will have a name, but you'll have to look it up. That's the ball band. Is that focusing? I'm not sure if that's focused, but I will put the name on the show notes below. So I thought, right, you do those. And then I bought this, and I thought I will knit a pair of socks. So I can knit a pair of socks, and I just need to make sure they're done by, is it the 1st of December? So I will. But I've got some, I think the candy stripe I had, so I'm hoping that I'll knit the pair of socks and there will be enough left over to use what was left over from my candy socks and, you know, do a heel and toe or something with that. So I thought, right, quite happy with that. I've done my bits. I've made a donation, and I have bought a ball of yarn and not putting too much pressure on myself. And then I was watching. Quadrant Bloom. Oh my word, she is just so lovely, and she is knitting a pair of socks, and she has used Shapier's Downtown sock yarn. So of course, while I was in the shop, I had to go and have a look, and I'm thinking, I'm being enabled. So I've chosen this, and this is called After Dark. Look at those colours, aren't they beautiful? So this is a new sock yarn out. So it's After Dark, so I thought I would choose that to go with it. And what's this called? Is it Tehran? Yeah. So I thought that would be nice. But that might have to sit in my stash because I need to be good and just finish some projects. And I think that's it. I think that is it. Yes, that's it for my acquisition. So yes, I've been, well, not naughty because I kind of wanted them, and I have got things in mind for them apart from this, and that was pure indulgence. Yeah, but that's better that I bought yarn than I actually bought mini eggs and eaten them. That's my logic anyway. Right. Oh, that's it, I think, for today. So it'll be just over 3.5 weeks since last saw you. So I hope you're all okay. I hope that wherever you are in the big wide world, that everything is good with you, good with your family, good with your loved ones, that you are happy with your crafting that you've been able to do. I can see my fringe there. That you've been able to have some lovely crafting time, and let me know what you're working on. Are you finishing up your whips? Are you casting on? And how do you manage your knitting? That's what I would like to know, really. I used to have a lot of unfinished baby knits. I'd get so far and then think to myself, oh my word, I can't do this, and then put it to one side and then start something else. Or I'd finish it, but I wouldn't sew it up, and it would be on the side for ages. But then I discovered like a little notebook was best for me, and I'd write everything down so I wouldn't lose my place. And that's before I knew really not how to read my knitting, because obviously I was reading my knitting, but before stitch markers and that kind of thing. But how do you manage? How do you not get sucked into casting on everything you see? Because there's so many like beautiful patterns and projects, and when you watch podcasts, they are just absolutely fabulous. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Sharing the love. I didn't do that section, did I, today? I have been watching, well, I've been watching Fibrebound, and I think she's up to episode 11, and she is lovely. I did watch her ages ago, but with there being so many around, they just kind of get lost. So I've subscribed, and I've been busy going back and watching. I think I've watched episode 1, maybe episode 2. So I've been going back and just watching those, and I just love her aesthetics. I love her voice. Her accent is just gorgeous, and I love her projects, and just the way she presents everything is lovely. So yeah, she's well worth going and having a look. So go and give her some love. And then I've also been watching Needles at the Ready. It's getting late in the day. I can't concentrate anymore. So yeah, Ray and Kevin at Needles in the Ready. I watched them last year. Again, the first few episodes, and then I've been picked them up again recently. Oh my word, those two guys are amazing. I absolutely love their company. And I was sitting there, was it yesterday or the day before? It might have been Saturday. And Ray has, that's just so funny. Ray has this thing about talking into the microphone. A bit like Barry White, like a really deep voice, and it's really funny. And he was saying something about, he knits his socks on 9-inch circulars, and he'd given a call out to this lady, Paula, I think it was. And then all of a sudden he said, Karen. I looked at the camera. I nearly fell off my chair. I thought, oh my word, he can't be talking to me. But he wasn't. It was so funny. Really made me laugh because I don't think Karen's a very popular name now. But yeah, that was hilarious. So yeah, go and give them some love. And if you go over and you visit a podcast, always let the podcaster know where you come from, because that's really, really interesting, and where you are, like in the world. I forgot to write that on my list. So that is it. That is it. So thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you for giving me some love. If you've liked what you've seen today, give me a thumbs up. Give me, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And recommend me to somebody, which that's really nice. If you always give me a like, or if you've given me a like already and you're already subscribed to my channel, then something else you can do is just recommend me to somebody else, and it helps the channel grow. I'm not very good at promoting myself. I always feel really uncomfortable, but I love it when somebody says to me, oh, have you seen such and such? I'm like, oh no. Well, I love it if I say, oh no, I haven't seen it, so I can go watch somebody else. So yes, so thank you for your company this afternoon, and till next time, I'll see you later. All right, bye. So stay safe, take care, stay safe, and till next time, till we meet again. Bye.